Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to hold a flute. So one of the keys with that is our puppet hands. We want to pretend that each of our hand is a puppet that can have a conversation with the other hand. So they're facing toward each other, they're having a conversation. That's how our hands are going to be on the flute. If we've got this happening, one puppet is speaking to the back of the other puppet's head. We don't want that. We want them to be having a conversation with each other. So the same is true with the flute. One hand is going to be facing towards our body. One hand is going to be facing away from our body. Our left hand, the one goes on the outside of the flute and faces in towards your body. Your right hand here is going to face out with its puppet hand. So bring that in closer so you can see it. This hand, your left hand, is facing in, and this hand, your right hand, is facing out. You also have a couple of points that you can balance your flute on. And one of those is your right thumb. When you're doing your puppet hand, you can see that my thumb is supporting the flute from the bottom there. Okay, so puppet hand. Common mistakes that I see with this, sometimes people try to do this with both hands facing in. Sometimes people try to do this with both hands facing out. Neither of those is going to work for you. So we want to make sure that one is in and one is out. Okay, let's look at the left hand a little bit more closely. Don't worry about your right hand for a second. So you can see here that we have a small key right there. I'm not going to worry about that key. Our first finger will go on the next key right there. Our thumb goes on this long key right there. You can see it. And that thumb is also going to be a support point on the flute. And our next finger skips a key. You can see that skipped key right there. And then the next finger is going to go down on the next key. We're not going to worry about our pinky for now. Okay, so let's hold the flute at the bottom here with our right hand. And don't worry about how it is for a second. We're just holding it so we can practice the position with our left hand. In our first finger, we're not going on the small key. We're putting our first finger there on the next key. And our thumb on that long key on the back. And then our second finger skips a key. Third finger. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get a little bit better light. Hopefully that's a little bit better lighting. So let's practice that again. Holding with the right hand at the bottom. Just holding the flute steady so we can go down these keys. First finger and thumb. Then second finger skips a key. And third finger goes down. So let's have first finger and thumb down and say with me, B, A, G. Let's do that again. B, skip one, A, G. Let's do that again. B, skip one, A, G. And again. B, skip one, A, G. That's our left hand. So you may have noticed that the left hand spells out bag. That's the way we can remember it. B, A, G. Okay, our right hand, we're going to look at that now. So with our left hand, we're going to hold the bottom of the flute, and our right hand is going to be free. So we can only worry about what's going on with our right hand for a second. See this key here? That shows us where our first finger is going to go. Our first finger is right below that, and it goes down like that. Our next finger goes to the next round key. Our ring finger goes to the next round key, and our pinky goes to this oval half circle one that's closest to the others. So let's do that again, holding it with your left hand. First finger down, second finger down, third finger down, fourth finger down. Remember that this key here is the one that we use to help us know where to put our finger. So first finger there, second finger there, third finger there, pinky. Okay, let's try both of the fingers together or both of the hands together. You can see my puppet conversation is happening. My left hand is facing inward and my right hand is facing outward so that they can talk to each other. And then we have our position from right to left. So B, A, G. Don't forget your thumb on the back. And then our right hand spells F, fed, F, E, D. When we do D, we lift our pinky up. The rest of the time it's down. Let's do that again. F, E, D. Let's do that again. F, E, D. And lift up that pinky. Again. F, E, D. And lift up that pinky. Okay, let's go from the top to the bottom with B, skip one, A, G, our right hand just to the right of that key, F, E, D. Let's do that again. From the top, our right pinky is down and our thumb and first finger are down on our left hand. So all of our support points are there. Our thumb, our first finger and thumb, our right hand is resting on the side of the flute between this key and that one and curving over to reach that first key. B, skip one, A, G, F, E, D. So those are the notes, basic notes on the flute as you put down one finger at a time. There are lots of different combinations we'll worry about later, but for now, that B, A, G, F, E, D is a really great thing to practice. You should do that again and again until you are comfortable with where your fingers are. You don't need to worry about playing while you're doing that yet. Just putting those fingers down and making sure that they are in the right place. So one more thing I want to show you before I end this video, and that is our positioning of how we want our flute to be when we are in playing position. So I was resting my elbows while I was demonstrating so that you could see the keys up close. But when we are playing the flute, we want it to come off here to our right side, and we want it to be at a little bit of an angle coming down. This will probably be too tiring for you if it's straight out, so we don't want it that high. This is going to give you a neck crink, so this is a much better position, just down at a little angle. Down here, if we get down here, we're getting too low. You can see that I had to turn my head to make that angle happen. The more that we're able to keep our neck straight, the nicer it's going to be for our body as we play. So you can see that position there. Okay, now I'm going to pull it in a little bit and show you how the head joint goes on your lip. So I have my head joint here. You can see this here. That is called the lip plate, and that's because it goes on your chin and your lip. You're going to want the hole towards the center of your lip right there. And see that hole there? We don't want it off to the side that way or off to the side that way. We want it right there. We also don't want the hole out. It's going to be really hard to get the air out there, nor do we want it too far in. It would block the hole completely. So we want the hole generally pointing up, but a little bit covered by our lip. So just like that much covered by our lip. So that is how our lips are positioned on the flute. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.